Hi guys, it's Omega, and I thought I'd come on to do a quick card share, just to share with you guys what I've been doing for my Christmas cards this year. I kind of got a late start. I started last weekend actually, and so I've been a busy girl, but just want to share. I've been missing in action. I know I've got to do better, but this is what I've done so far this year, and in fact I'm pretty much done now, but here's a couple that I did last weekend. This is a card using this stamp set by Hot Off the Press. This is the stamp set here, and I didn't really care for this one as much because I used kind of a light color ink, and I think it would have looked nicer in a darker ink, but anyway, this is what it is. But anyway, I used the little dazzle dots that you can also get from Paper Wishes. That's what Hot Off the Press products I get from Paper Wishes, and then the little dazzles. I love those dazzles, especially when you're mailing stuff. It's nice to add sparkle and still be able to not have too much dimension going on, or easier to mail. But that was my first card, and on this one I just stamped. Now this inside stamp is from Just Right Stamps. The next one here is my little Christmas tree card, and with this one I have the Sizzix die that you can cut the Christmas trees out. And so when I cut these out, what I did is cut a little square piece out with it that I could cut away the green trunk of the tree and put a little brown trunk on there. I thought that looked nicer. But anyway, there's my little trees that I used to do this card. And so with this card is the Sizzix die for the tree, and then the embossing folder with the dots. I think this is a Darcy embossing folder, and the flat back pearls, and then the little swiggly gold things here. Those are actually the negative part of a die set, which is, I know I have it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. From Spellbinders. The Spellbinders dies that I were using, and I'll show you in the cards later, is these two here. I did cut this tree out a few times. I haven't used them yet, so I don't know if I'm going to use them this year or not, but I did use these, and the little negative pieces you see there is what you would poke out to get this design. And I almost threw them away, and then I thought, wait a minute, I can use those. And then I decided to use them on this tree, and I'll show you the other card in a minute, what I did. And then, of course, the Merry Christmas on the bottom, there's just the glitter embossing powder. So that's another one. Now here's one that I used only a little bit of this paper. I didn't want to use a lot of it this time because I wanted to save it for another idea I have, which I may not even get to now till next year. But this card, this paper, this designer paper here is from the paper pad by Recollections called Starry Night, and I just wanted to make a kind of simple card real quick with snowflakes on it. So I used the Colorbox ink pads for the white to make the snowflake up here, and you know that takes a while to dry, so what I did is put glitter on it and then just let it air dry. And I put stickles around the sentiment there, used some glitter tape. The glitter tape that I used was by American Crafts, yeah. And then I used the stickles also on each of the snowflakes. I hope you can see that. So on each of the snowflakes, I just put a little dot in the center of each one. And then the inside of the card, I used the background there from the paper and just stamp the sentiment there. Now these, I made a few of these, and I did couple different versions, but this is my favorite between the two, and I'll show you why. This stamp set is from Just Right Stamps. This is the stamp set called Dainty Doilies. You want to see that, Dainty Doilies. And when I got them, I had other things in mind, but then I thought, wait a minute, those would make a nice wreath for Christmas. So I used them to make a simple little Christmas card here. The sentiment there is from the hot off the press. This is Just Right Stamps, the Dainty Doilies. And then I used the little dazzles around each prong of the wreath there. And what I did on this one is I used red and silver, and it's pretty too. It's very pretty as well, but I like the one that's all red. I favor that one the best. And then along the border of the card here, what I did is used this ink marker, or it's a paint marker like. And if you can see there, it's called Deco Color, and it is called Liquid Gold. And I like using this around Christmas time. And what you get is a paint pen, and I don't know if, hopefully you can see that, but the paint does smell. It has a paint smell to it. When you get that, that tip is white. It has none of the paint on it. And what you do is shake the paint up real good, and you depress that pen tip down until the paint starts flowing down, and then you can use it. So what I did here is just put some removable tape to leave just a little edge on that, and I went around there with the paint marker. I removed the tape and then go along, so each side I did that, remove it and laid it down again just to mark the edge, and that way I didn't have to use a gold paper layer. It was pretty quick and easy. So I did that on a few of my cards, just use that as a gold border, and that came out pretty nice. On some of my cards I put a little backing and then the sentiment inside. On some of them I actually used paper inside, like these. Now these cards, I used the Spellbinder ornament, and it's a nestable. So it's a set of several different sizes of the ornament itself. And then I cut, let's see if you can see that, these here to put inside, just to give it more interest. And of course the ornament, the piece that I cut out, you can of course use that. I used them last year, so this year I wanted to use them doing it as a window. I went along that edge with my gold pen, used the cutout here from this in that center there. And so the negative part of that, actually the negative part of this one is this here. You can see it's designer paper, and then the negative of that little ornament. And I thought that was a great idea, and it turned out nice. Gave it just a little kick that it needed. And, oh, and here is the last card. Well, this isn't the last one. Actually, let me show you this real quick. Sorry. I made some silver ones of that as well, as you can see here. So I made some silver ones and I embossed silver there. This is some of that silver pen. I'm sorry, it's not a silver pen. This one, actually, I used my Inca Gold metallic rub, but I did the exact same thing. I taped off the edge and I dipped my finger and just went along that until I got a nice solid silver border there. So that one, I actually used the rub to do that border. But I did, on one of the cards, use paper is backing that. So that's actually paper there underneath. And this is just showing through there, and then I covered it with that little ornament embellishment there. So I did it a couple different ways, but in order not to, and here's another one I did using a different gold paper. As you can see, it has an embossed design in the actually in the paper. So I made several versions of that one. And then this is my last card, and this is my favorite card actually. This one is the background here, embossing folder is Stampin' Up. The labels are Stampin' Up, and then the white, there's I inked it with the Memento Cantaloupe is the color, and then of course the hot off the press sentiment there. The poinsettia here is from Michaels, the Michaels $1.50 bin, and it was a package of 3, and so it was already so nicely done for $1.50, and to get 6 of them, like, oh, quick, easy. The leaves are Spellbinders. The little sprigs there are Spellbinder is the bottom kind of solid one, but then I have a Martha Stewart's little evergreen punch that I'll also put in there as a filler. And so what I did is layered that, you know, just popped it up. So there's a layer there, and then I layered this, but I really like how that turned out. And so I did one set like this, and then I did another set using a red card where I just put the inside. And this is a different folder. This one is, I think that one is Spellbinders, one of their embossability folders. But I had so much fun, and it was so much fun getting back into my craft room. So that's what I got done between actually last weekend and this weekend. Finally got my cards done, and like I said, I give most of my cards out to co-workers and church members, so people that I see, so I'm handing them out. I don't have to mail them. I do mail a few, but the few that I'll mail will be the flat versions, the ones that don't have a lot of heavy embellishment. But I just wanted to pop in and share what I did for my Christmas cards, and I also wanted to be sure and wish you all a very merry and blessed Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful and happy new year. Be safe. Hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones, and see you soon, possibly this year, but don't hold your breath. But next year for sure, I'm hoping to get back with more my cards. I'm actually trying to get back in my sewing room. So my sewing crafters out there, I hope to get back in my sewing room. I did kind of clean it up here a few weeks ago, so at least I can get in there. I just need time. And also, I had a couple requests for some updates on the planner video that I did. So I'll be doing that also, and I might do that before year end, because now is the time to be planning, and of course a planner helps with that a lot. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to pop in real quick to say hello and to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. So be safe, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.